What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another ticker fee video and welcome to the ticker fee family. Okay, so we are back at Hycroft Mining Holding Corporation, or your friendly ticker symbol HYMC. Okay, so real quick, what we're going to be talking about is why the stock went up, why it went down, right? Pretty simple and straightforward. Why did AMC and Hycroft actually come together and AMC buy a certain percentage of the HYMC stock shares themselves, right? So let's actually look at the bigger picture. Also, the 10K. So we're going to be talking about that, breaking that down. So let's get straight into it. First things first, what are we talking about today? You can see with the stock price itself is at $2.16. But if you fast forward or rewind back, $2.29, right? So why did it go up and then why did it drop? Well, let's actually see what that case was. But first, before we do that, I wanted to pull up some of the key investment highlights to kind of paint a picture for you with AMC. So keep in mind, AMC is looking to pivot, right? With theaters and just the changing technology, just in general, you can see what they're trying to look at, not only just quarter to quarter or year to year, but they are looking much longer term. Okay, so let's look at some of those key investment highlights. So one of the world's largest precious metal deposits, gold, 9.65 million. You've got silver 456, gold equivalent of 15.3, and this is going to be ounces of MI, which is as you can see, 6.9 million ounces inferred. So significant exploration upside potential. Current mineral resources represent only 2% of the land package, right? So that's going to be the area that they're actually mining. So you got your gold trends, the major mines, and then you've got Hycroft themselves, right? So numerous targets outside the existing mineral resources. Permitted for commercial operation, right? Nevada ranks at the top of the best places in the world for mining. Permits cover both heap leach and milling operations, substantial equipment and infrastructures on site. The other thing is strong board management and technical team with proven track record. Like we spoke about before in the previous video about Hycroft, if you look at the individuals that are at the top ranking for this company, they have minimum, almost every single one has 20 plus years, right? So let's continue. Okay, so you're looking at Hycroft. I pulled up the 10K, guys. There's a lot of jargon in there. I'm not going to bore you with all that. But what I wanted to show you, first of all, super cool. You've got this Nevada map. You've got Las Vegas here at the bottom. Just to kind of give you a mental perspective, right? A little bit of optics of where Hycroft mine is. And then if you actually scroll down just a little bit more, you can actually see some of the drill holes, right? So there's over 5,000 different drill holes in these resources models, right? Area of which has 134 that have been drilled to define stockpiles on these pads. So I mean, just take a look at this grid. You can see the whole location of the map, but that's quite a few, which is pretty interesting. And then it kind of breaks down further into the grade, the classification, so on and so forth. So it's pretty detailed, but I actually pulled up something a little bit easier. And so if you pull up the 10K for Hycroft, right, which was just yesterday, it'll say the 2021 financial highlights. Okay, so as previously announced, gold production for the year end December 31 of 57,668 ounces exceeded the high end of the guidance range as the process team continued to improve its equipment, controls, and so forth. So silver production was 355,967 ounces, which was approximately 20% below guidance due to slower than planned kinetics. Processing of ore on leach pads is currently planned to proceed through the second quarter of 2022. I always think of that show on Discovery when I think about Hycroft, and kind of, when I try to get a mental image of what they do, this is kind of, a good representation. So you've got sales of, again, were 56,045 ounces of gold, average realized price of 1,794 per ounce, and 397,546 ounces of silver, which is going to be average realized price of $25.66 per ounce. So unrestricted cash position, the company ended in 2021 with 12.3 million of cash on hand and was in compliance with debt covenants. So net loss, cash used. Okay, so we're going to break down. In November 2021, the company recorded a net loss of 88.6 million for the year due to losses from operations. The company ceased mining activities and is now focused on completing its technical studies and exploration to develop Hycroft mine through milling and pressure oxidation process. So the 44 million reduction unrestricted cash since the beginning of the year was primarily due to the cash used for operating activities of 37 million, cash used for investing activities of 6.9, cash and used for financing activities of 5.5 million, and a 5.4 million reduction restricted. Okay, so subsequent events: private placement, at the market program, reduced debt service requirements, and extended debt maturities 2 years, which is going to be 2027. Okay, so I appreciate you being able to get through that. So here's the question. So why did AMC invest in Hycroft Mining? So I found this this website, or this link, thisstreet.com. Wall Street questioned AMC's management for investing in a company outside of their expertise, which would make sense, right? Why did they do that? However, AMC saw in Hycroft Mining a great opportunity to raise money. This mining company is experiencing liquidity problems similar to what AMC suffered last year and was being priced at a bankrupt valuation. The mining company holds interest in Hycroft Mine, which covers approximately 71,000 acres in Nevada. It's considered one of the largest development sites in North America, with approximately 15 million ounces of gold and 600 million ounces of silver resources. You know, the way I look at it too is there's going to be different, there's also a wide variety of minerals and possibilities of extracting these minerals in these particular sites. And so what I think is interesting is not only they are searching for gold and silver, but there might be other opportunities, maybe for batteries or whatnot, that another company could swing by and either want to buy into it or buy that land. And so it's still a good asset and a good value. Now, however, the return of the investment came faster than expected. Only 9 trading days after the announcement of the acquisition, Hycroft managed to raise 139 million by selling new shares. Not bad for a company that at the beginning of March had a market cap of 19 million, and today, March 29th, has a market cap of almost 250 million. Now, yes, it's fluctuated since then, but you can give or take some. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just trying to give you some information. If that's going to be with options, buying that common stock or individual stock, or just long term. So feeding information is the whole point of this. Okay, so let's continue to fast forward. So why did the stock go up? Why did it go down? So if you recall, there was this opportunity where Russia and Ukraine were going to get together and either mitigate or eliminate the entire event. So Russia pulling back to resupply, U.S. says. Expect even more suffering in Ukraine. NATO chief warns March 31st recap, right? So that was just yesterday. So you can clearly see that quick hockey stick on the charts, right? And then to just yesterday and what's going on today. Then the other thing is going to be this, and this is going to be a little kicker that I think is going to affect the stocks. So a housing bubble is brewing, but not like 2008, says Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas. So home shoppers who paused their search last year in hopes that 2022 would be friendlier aren't feeling great. We've learned on Tuesday that the year-over-year U.S. home price growth accelerated to 19.2% in January. That's up from 11.3% uptick posted at the same time last year. The latest jump is also well above the peak annual rate of 14.5%. So clearly you're going to see more talks about this, and we're going to have to see if it's going to continue to go that that overall graph for the housing market is going to go up, or if it's going to eventually settle. Okay, then you've got this other link that I saw right here. Okay, real-time marketing monitors find signs of brewing U.S. Housing bubble. So real house prices, price adjusted for inflation, have steadily increased in the U.S. since 2012. Further acceleration in the pace of house price appreciation began before the pandemic, but has strengthened noticeably since early 2020. again, I just wanted to bring this awareness, guys. I really do appreciate it. And until then.